Good morning, welcome back to another lesson, another biology lesson. And today we're going to be thinking about inheritance. How is it that we end up looking a bit like both of our parents? How come when Little Miss Trouble and Mr. Sneeze have a child, they share certain characteristics? They look in certain ways like each of their parents, like she's got the same hair as her mother, the same nose as her father. And to do that, we're going to think about where do our characteristics come from? We're going to think about what is DNA, that famous acronym, and then how is genetic material passed on. As we start that, we're just going to recap to what we learned last time, which is that variation, the differences in the way we look, can be either inherited or environmental. Remember that certain things might be environmental. So maybe the fact that we've got red shoes, no shoes, and little black boots, that is environmental. As well as the idea of whether or not we wear bows in our hair, that is environmental variation. Inherited variation, though, is caused by what we inherit from our parents. And that information for how we look similar to our parents is stored as genetic information. And we're going to have a look a little bit at that now. So genetic information is all about this famous structure, and you may well have seen it before. This famous structure is DNA. And DNA is actually an acronym. Each letter stands for a different part of a word. And that word is deoxyribonucleic acid. So that's what DNA actually is. Deoxyribonucleic acid. And what it is it's a molecule that contains all of the genetic information needed for an organism to grow and to live. Whatever organism it is, it's going to have DNA that is going to control what it's like and how it's going to grow. And that's why organisms look similar. Now, where's that DNA live? Where's it stored? It's stored in these interesting looking structures, and these are called chromosomes. Chromosomes. And chromosomes are really a long coil of DNA. And often they end up looking like this little X shape. And different organisms have different numbers of them. Humans have got 46 of these chromosomes. Cats have got 38. And this little blue butterfly, the Atlas blue, how many do you think it's got? Would you have guessed it was 450? Amazing. Organisms have different numbers of chromosomes, which is where their DNA is stored. Now, notice that the chromosome in here has been coloured in different colours. And those colours in kind of band, those sections of the DNA in the chromosome, well, these are what we call genes. And a gene is a section of a chromosome which holds the information that is going to produce a particular characteristic. So maybe the fact that the organism we saw on the last slide had got a red nose, maybe that section controls whether or not we have a red nose or not, or what colour our hair is. Those characteristics are all stored in a specific section of DNA, and that's a gene. So a gene is a section of a chromosome, and chromosomes are made up of DNA.